Kelly Bates. Brought to you by the Preserve Sporting Club and Resort.
Well, our numbers are in. They come in usually around 5 p.m. and, well, they did. So here you go. Here's how our day has shaped up thus far. 22 degrees was our low this morning. We made it to 37. You will note it is well below average. In the case of the day's high, 10 degrees colder than average, right on the button. What is perhaps an interesting item here is our sunset time. It is now at 4:15. This is about as early as it gets. Statistically, the earliest sunset we see is slated for December 8th. But yeah, this is the time of year where, well, a lot of people have trouble with it. So it's good that we are expecting some sunny days ahead, because maybe you can get outside and get some vitamin D. With all that said, we do have some clouds that are beginning to move into our area. As we look ahead, we have yet another cold night slated before us. We are looking at some big changes coming midweek, so that is tomorrow and Thursday. And we will be turning much colder for Friday. We'll likely spend our weekend moderating those temperatures back up, but by the time we get to next week, we're looking at the 50s. And we won't have to wait too far into the week to get to them either. So it's an interesting change in our dynamics here. We're way below average, and then we're going to swing it way above average by the time we get to Tuesday of next week. Our current temperatures are primarily in the 30s. We do have the 20s, though, in Smithfield with 27. A little bit of a wind out here wherever it's greater than 3 miles per hour, which right now is Providence. That's where we're registering the wind chill. It does feel like 27 out there right now. So we have these light to calm winds. We do have a little bit of a change coming too. Our wind direction will be flipping to become westerly today. So we're finally breaking that train of northwesterly flow as we go to tonight. So it's still there now. What it's also doing is carrying some lake effect snows pretty far. Some of them are moving into Connecticut. Now I was checking the ground level, the ground observations underneath where we're finding this snow here. Nothing's reaching the ground. There is like a 20 to 30% chance that we could see a little flurry move on through, particularly in westernmost areas. But again, I'm looking for it reaching the ground level and I'm not really finding it. So with that said, it has started to show up in this model. So here you go. It's basically an evening thing. No accumulations expected. More of an ornamental kind of deal. Our futurecast showing temperatures during the overnight under clear skies after midnight, dropping into the 20s. Going through the day on Wednesday, we're going to build in clouds. We've got a warm front on the way. Temperatures in the afternoon will be pretty close to where they were today, if not exactly the same. But as we continue on, as the warm front starts to bring its warmer air, temperatures will be rising on Wednesday night. And that's the key to our precipitation event. You see, at the time these temperatures will rise, we're bringing through an Alberta Clipper system. It's a fast-moving wintry system that comes from Canada, and it usually doesn't have a whole lot of moisture associated with it either. And when it comes through, it's likely going to provide most of our area rain. But the northwest corner of Providence County, right on up to the Worcester Hills, could see it as accumulating snow. Now, we're not talking about blockbuster accumulations. These things usually yield about 1 inch to 3. And locally, we have the potential of seeing, again, accumulation north and west of the city. But as of now, we're looking at, well, any precipitation that accumulates to be low, basically under 1 inch if we see anything locally. So that's what our future snow potential is showing us right here. That's under 1 inch for us locally. If you want to find some real totals, you have to go to the highest of elevations, so like the greens or even up toward the whites. So with all that said, here you go. We're going to be doing some clearing and it's going to turn cold. Skies should be clear by the time we get to midnight and lows will drop off to near 20. Our extended forecast is going to show you a couple of things. First of all, the warm up for Thursday, the cool down for Friday. Thursday will also be accompanied by an extremely gusty wind. We're expecting wind gusts to be near 40 miles per hour on Thursday. Then we get to the good stuff. Once we get by the weekend, we're going to bring in clouds, all due to a warm front, and it's going to do its job quite nicely. By Tuesday, we should have highs in the 50s.